ਸੋ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ ਲੱਭਣ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ, ਹੈਪੀਨੈਸ ਤੇ ਜੋਏ, ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਤੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਹੈਪੀਨੈਸ ਐਂਡ ਜੋਏ ਡਰਾਈਵ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਸੀ। ਸੋ ਮੈਂ ਹੋਰ ਕਿਤੇ ਲੱਭਣ ਲੱਗ ਪਿਆ ਤੇ I went down the wrong path. I went down the path of drugs and alcohol. ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਜਿਮ ਵੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਤੀ ਸੀ, obviously, like I had an interest in sports and fitness and health, but contradictory, like health does not match with drugs and alcohol. Some of the people around me kind of showed me, okay, you have to take advantage of your identity as a Singh. People trust you. People know that, just by looking at you, you're somebody that they can rely on and you are a stand-up member of society. But behind closed doors, piche main drug bechan lag paya, main daru pinda si, and I was basically like in this realm of like identity na hide karna hai wo cheez, right? Because no one could tell, right? So I let go of any thoughts about finding my true identity or happiness. I just started to see my identity as a Singh as something that I could, cover my face over and do everything behind closed doors, because bande puchu hone, they'll trust me, they'll look at me.
Singh idda nikalde, Singh idda nikal sakda,
exactly,
right?
So as I continued down that path, right, obviously ਮੰਮੀ ਡੈਡੀ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ ਮੈਂ ਕਰਦਾ ਕੀ ਆ, ਨਸ਼ੇ ਕਰਦਾ ਆ, ਡਰਗ ਡੁਗ ਵੇਚਦਾ ਆ, and they had a talk with me. I'm like, okay, ਜੇ ਮੈਂ correct path ਤੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਆ, this is what I want to do, because this time I was already like 17, 18. ਮੈਂ ਵਾਲ ਕਟਾਉਣੇ ਆ, I want to go into athletics, ਮੈਂ gym ਕਰਨਾ ਆ, I want to go into a career that's fitness and health related, right? I don't want to use my identity as a Singh they ਖਰਾਬ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ ਆ or ਗਲਤ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ ਆ, because at that time I had gotten so far away from Sikhi because it was generally like forced on me after I started asking questions. ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸਮਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਕਿ explain ਕਰੋ ਆਪਾਂ ਏਦਾਂ ਕਿਉਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਚੁੱਪ ਕਰ ਜਾ, stop asking questions.
So they don't explain why people are different in Sikhi, why namtari ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ there's so many different societies, I would say, in Sikhi ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਆਪਣੀ different practices are, right? At certain point when parents, they don't know the difference, it's hard for them to explain it to their kids, right? ਕਿ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਦਸੀਏ, but at that point they're just like ਅਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਕਰ,
exactly, right? So ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ answer ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲੇ ਤੇ what happened was I just began a resentment towards Sikhi because I didn't get the answers I was looking for. At the time, like internet zyada cheezan nahi sigiyan about Sikhi, and there was nobody really talking about these subjects, so I kind of just left it. I'm like, okay, main war nahi kat sakda, so main inna na kuch karna hai. So I became this person who used the Sikh identity as a Singh to manipulate, lie, and deceive people. And
give me an example.
So this might be a little bit controversial to some people, but मैं पटका पढ़ने लग पिया सी, काला कपड़ा ना, which my parents were like, काला नहीं पा सकते सिर ते, चिट्टा पाना है, whatever. I didn't listen to them. ते मैं जूड़ा पिछे नू करदा सी. ते मैं एक बंदे तो देखिया सी, वो भी ਸਿੰਘ ਸੀਗਾ, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਪਟਕਾ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਨੂੰ ਬਣਦਾ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਡਰੱਗ ਉਹ ਪਟਕੇ ਦੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਪਾਉਂਦਾ ਸੀ, and he would drive around, and ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ drug ਪਿੱਛੇ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਫੜਾ ਦੇਣਾ ਆ, ਪੈਸੇ ਦੇ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ. So I learned this type of stuff, and over time I realized, obviously ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਸੀ ਗਲਤ ਆ, but then those feelings of like guilt started to pile on, like bro ਤੂੰ ਕਰਦਾ ਕੀ ਹੈ, ਮੈਂ ਸ਼ੀਸ਼ੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਸ਼ਕਲ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦਾ ਸੀ. I became very, very like resentful of
But
myself.
Money didn't give you happiness because you were making money?
No.
Okay.
No, money, I've had lots of money at one point.
Because normally people do this stuff for money.
पैसे तो आ गए सी.
Yeah, so that was the goal, right? You wanted to make money. So money to baad, you didn't feel good. Okay, even I'm doing wrong stuff, but I'm making money.
एक चीज़ मेरे दिमाग 'ਚ ਸੀਗੀ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਗਲਤ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦਾ ਆ, I'm going to get bad karma for it. Right? So,
But you still do it.
I still did it.
Yeah.
I was still doing it. So, मैं आ चीज़ां करदा सी with the acceptance of bad karma coming my way. ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ ਪੈਸੇ ਮੈਂ ਬਣਾਉਂਦਾ ਸੀ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਛੇਤੀ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਸੀ ਉਨੀ ਛੇਤੀ ਨਿਕਲ ਗਏ. Right? So, at some point, maybe I was like 23, 24, 25, my brain started to think it's like, okay, ਕਿੰਨਾ ਚਿਰ ਆ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ ਹੋਰ ਕੁਛ ਕਰ ਲਾ ਹੋਰ ਕੁਛ ਲੱਭ ਲਾ. So I started looking at different options because at the time ਮੈਂ athletic therapy ਸਕੂਲੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ enroll ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ. I didn't finish that. Right? I started looking at other avenues, real estate. Right? So I enrolled myself in real estate.
Isn't like adda Brampton real estate?
I know, yeah.
Right.
ਹੁਣ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਕਰਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ.
Like yeah, it comes with the driving license.
Exactly. Right. ਸਾਰੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ.
Yeah.
So that was my initial thing is like, okay, cool. Like I can get certified in something. मैं कुछ कर सकता हूँ. मैं sales already करदा सी. Right. So essentially I'm like, okay, आ चीज it makes sense for me to go into. Right. So ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਲਾਇਸੈਂਸ ਲੈਣਾ ਸੀ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ ਸੋਚੀ I'm like ਮੈਂ ਪੱਗ ਪਾਉਣੀ ਆ or ਨਹੀਂ ਪਾਉਣੀ ਹੁਣ. I don't live with my parents anymore. I had moved out.
How was that transition like? They were okay with you moving out?
To be honest with you, ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ. ਇੱਕ ਦਿਨ ਮੈਂ ਨਿਕਲ ਗਿਆ. I just left. I didn't have ਕੁਛ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ.
There should be a feeling behind it.
I was hoping ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਨਿਕਲਿਆ I would get a call. ਤੂੰ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਆ ਤੂੰ ਠੀਕ ਆ ਕੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਆ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਆ. Close to 2 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਲਈ ਇੱਕ ਫੋਨ ਕਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਿਆ. Nobody tried to look for me. Nobody asked me ਤੂੰ ਠੀਕ ਆ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੁਛ ਨਹੀਂ.
There must be a story behind that too.
Right? Yes, of course.
Yeah.
So obviously I felt again
You're telling your
alone,
story, but I
lonely,
don't know their story.
Right? So from when I reconnected with them afterwards, it was very difficult for them. Right?
How was the first couple days when you left the house? Where did you go?
ਗੱਡੀ 'ਚ.
You slept in your car.
ਗੱਡੀ 'ਚ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਸੀ.
You lived in your car. You slept where you take showers and stuff. Gym.
ਜਿੱਥੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਮਿਲੇ ਸੀ
Yeah.
ਉੱਥੇ ਮੈਂ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ.
So you left your parents' house. You start living in your car. Then you start taking showers at gym. Then roti pani.
ਉੱਥੇ ਮੈਂ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦਾ ਸੀ.
Gym ਚ?
Yes.
Okay.
ਮੈਂ ਕੰਮ ਵੀ ਉੱਥੇ ਕਰਦਾ ਸੀ. So it made sense. Okay, early ਆਉਂਦਾ ਆ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਉੱਥੇ shower ਕਰਦਾ, workout, trains his clients. ਪੈਸੇ ਮਿਲਦੇ I would go get groceries. At the time, I had not started eating meat, right? So I was still vegetarian. So like preparation of the food and whatnot was kind of simple. मैं बाहरों भी ला लंदा सी. So although it was difficult living in my car for a bit, I found...
Talk about the mental state when you were going through that period.
Very depressed, very lost, very angry. ਬਹੁਤ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਸੀ ਦਿਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਗੁੱਸਾ ਸੀ. So I was very angry at myself. I'm like, I should have made better choices when I was younger. ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਮੈਂ ਗੱਡੀ 'ਚ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਆ. And the only thing that I would try to do is just numb myself with smoking weed. Right? At that time ਮੈਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਪੀਂਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗਾ whatever, right? So ਮੈਂ drug ਵੇਚਦਾ ਸੀ, drug ਵੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਸੀ. When I say drugs, I mean only like weed. It wasn't like anything else, but at the end of the day, it still is. It is what it is. It's still a drug. But I fell into this very deep state of depression and anger at that time.
ਉਦੋਂ ਕਦੇ ਏਦਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਇਆ ਮੈਂ ਮੁੜ ਜਾ ਵਾਪਸ?
ਬਹੁਤ ਵਾਰੀ ਸੋਚਿਆ ਸੀ.
Then what hold you back?
ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ previously, as a teenager, when I tried to leave, parents would act very nice, accepting, okay, वापस घर आ जा, ਆਪਾਂ change होंगे. After maybe like a week, 2 weeks, I was reminded as to why I wanted to leave in the first place. So, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ change ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਰੂੰਗੇ, it would last very short period of time, and then it would go back, and I'll be like, okay, I'm leaving, bye, peace. So that time when I left, I'm like, kuch nahi change hoga, meri gal nahi sunde. One of the things I was really trying to get my parents to do was be healthy, because at the time, मैं personal training करता या, And initially, one of the big things that I used to fight my parents over is like food at home. Galta cheezaं banaunde aa. Dad, your health is horrible. You're on cholesterol medication. Stop eating like this. Exercise karo. Aa karo. Nahi, aapa nu rehn de. Do cardio. Nahi, aapa nahi karna. Tu gym kyun janda hai? Koi fayda nahi haiga. So after fighting with them back and forth for so long, I kind of just gave up and left.
So you leaving, did that fix anything?
Nothing. For me, nothing. Only nothing. Okay. The only thing that stopped was the fights, right? So no ladai at home. But it also put a strain on my relationship with my parents and, more importantly to me, my brothers. Apa char jane ha. I'm the oldest of the four. Jadon main nikalya, my third brother, he started to go down the wrong path as well. So my job as an older brother was compromised because I left. He had no leader. He had no one to look up to. And he started going down the same path that I did, but a little bit worse. And to this day, I still blame myself for that, because if I had stayed at home, yes, okay, maybe nothing would have been fixed between me and my parents, but at least I would have saved my brother from not going down the wrong path, which he did suffer worse consequences than me. I think I got off a lot luckier than he did, right? But I also had a different mindset than he did.
How is he doing now?
He's much better. He spent a good amount of time in a place that not very many people want to be at a young age in their life.
Okay.
Te ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਜਦੋਂ ਵਾਪਸ ਘਰੇ ਆ ਗਿਆ, right? Me, my family, we had kind of reconciled, come back together. Okay, ਮੈਂ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ mature ਹੋ ਗਿਆ. ਮੈਂ ਉਹ ਗਲਤ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਛੱਡ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਰੱਬ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਭਦਾ ਸੀ ਹੁਣ. Right? Because when you have a younger brother who goes through that and you go visit him there week after week, 2-3 times, something starts to click in your brain. Something starts to go like, I could have been in that position. Right? So you start looking at what ways you went wrong. The life going forward kiddan change karni hai.
You had anger issues.
A lot. Hajivi, like, I'm dealing with it. I'm a lot better with it. But
yeah, because you fought with me once too.
yeah. I mean, Saryana, right? And this comes down to like, okay, main nashe nushe kede karda si. What did it put my mindset into? Right? They also comes into like things like steroids at the time, right? Because main wo cheez bhi karda si pehla. And I think that had a lot to do with it, right? It's if you're putting things in your body that are going to change your mindset, Saryana ladai karda si. Right? I fought with my bosses, my managers, my coworkers, my friends, people who I know. So it all around like just came down to a lot of resentment, a lot of anger. I had to make a decision. Do I want to continue living like this? And the way I saw it is I had to make radical changes in my life. I associated my hair, my gaze, my identity as a Singh with all of those bad things. Right? As much as somebody can look at it and say, hey, like, you could have refreshed yourself, still kept your hair, still kept your dari, went back into Sikhi and been a good person, absolutely. But jalo main sochya, I had to make that decision to be like, okay, I think this is going to be good. If it's not a good decision, my hair will grow back. So I made that decision at the age of 28 to go cut my hair. And ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਵਾਲ ਕੱਟੇ, initially ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ weird ਲੱਗਿਆ because I did it pretty late in life. Normally
you feel naked.
Oh yeah. Like my hair had sara, like I was so used to putting a patka on my head, so it was super weird. Super weird. So it took me some time to adjust. Then I realized I'm like sa aa gaya. मैं ਹੁਣ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹਾ relax ਹੋ ਗਿਆ. Because I didn't feel guilty anymore. Apart from what other people feel, usually they feel guilty. I had the opposite, right? So I felt a little bit more relieved, like, okay, don't do the bad things anymore. you don't have that identity, you can start fresh now.